What's going on, guys? Tanner here with another video. Hope you're having an amazing and productive day so far. This is going to be a throwback style video because I'm in the room where I actually started my YouTube channel originally. And if you're really an OG, you'll remember Gibby. He's still here, he's still kicking, and still awesome. You want to get down? Good boy. And please excuse the mess. I just wanted to make this video here because it used to be one of the absolute favorites on my channel, which was reviewing your guys' dropshipping stores. I would ask you on Instagram to send them to me, and then I would make these videos. So today I'm bringing it back for the sake of the throwback, and hopefully this can provide some value to you guys as well. I literally have not done one of these in like 7 years, which is crazy to say. And these reviews are going to be a little bit different because these are for digital dropshipping stores, which means that these are digital products, or at least they should be. I haven't really looked at these yet. I just posted on my Instagram. You guys sent them to me. And before we get started, make sure you hit the like button if you get value from this. And let's hop on my computer and get started. Okay, we're gonna get started with this first one, which was sent to me, called Slimfix.store. And we land on here, how to easily plan and track weight loss and fitness every day. So automatically in my mind, I'm thinking of it as some type of digital planner or Notion template. And immediately what I can also see is on the sides, there's just a ton of padding here. And sometimes I see this when people build custom landing pages, is they forget to optimize for desktop and for mobile. So if I go here to inspect, right click, and do the mobile view here, I can see that on mobile, it does look cleaner. Things are a little bit more organized. I probably wouldn't have so much space like this, just with that huge arrow that points to get weight tracker. Like, I feel like it's just kind of dead space in this case. And on desktop, the whole thing is just not optimized. On desktop, you would want this to be spaced out pretty evenly. And let's just scroll down and take a look at everything else they have here. Some general text reviews. One thing that I would do on any custom landing page that you create is try to separate the sections, because the purpose of a landing page is to convert at a higher conversion rate than you would with a normal product page. And the way you do that is kind of take, like what we used to do with stores, is just have very long product descriptions. But what we try to do with the landing page is to kind of break that up into more digestible of a format, because right now the attention span on people is very, very low. Even you making it this far into this video so far shows that you're the type of person that actually wants to get stuff done, and you probably already do get good stuff done and work on something that you want to work on. But when people are buying things, they want to get that information quick. They want to know, what is it? How does it help me? Is it convenient? And how much does it cost? So then I can decide, does the digital product have perceived value that's worth more than the dollars I'm going to spend on this product? And that's when you make sales. So what I'm noticing is that you definitely want to separate the sections. The way you separate sections is usually by having a slight variation in the background color of the different sections, so that way it just stands out easier, it's easier on the eyes, and you should be able to make more sales that way. And another thing I'm noticing is that everything just looks very ChatGPT created. The copy is too long on these sections. When you're trying to relate to your ideal customer, typically you would just keep this part right here, the headline, because that's something someone can read pretty much immediately, and it gets the point across, especially when you're selling a lower ticket product. I don't know how much you're selling this for. Let's see. $19. Yeah, so for $19, you don't need to have paragraphs and paragraphs of copy trying to convert somebody, because this isn't a high ticket digital product where people are going to have more objections. You just simply have to show this is more valuable than $19, which $19 nowadays, you can't get much. So I see here, this is just one simple product, one simple page. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on here because we have a lot to get to, and this video could be hours long, but just small things that I'm noticing. Like I mentioned, you see here how these sections stand out. They have a little bit of a different background color. That's what I was talking about. But what you would do is with these mock-ups, I would have this here instead of the white background on this image. I would make it the same color that's here, this light gray. Keep the pink, but make that blend in just a little bit better, and that will look super clean. And then the reviews image, it's pretty clear that it's just artificial, because I can tell it's pixelated and blurry even just from this desktop view. When I zoom in, you can see how it's just very low quality like that. And make sure here the $sign is in the correct place. This should be cleaned up. It's just in a weird positioning with a red outline. Instead, you should do a pink. And for the frequently asked questions, try to make these even. I know in mobile, this probably just stacks on top of each other, but on desktop, that's not the case. That you see this, it's just not clean at all. And lastly, what I would say is on your mockups, what you can do to have a higher conversion rate is, instead of just having an image mockup like this, what you can do is do a screen recording of your product, of you using it, and then add that into a mockup, export it as a GIF, and then you can upload it here and it'll look like it's actually moving and in use, and that helps create higher perceived value. And guys, if any of this is valuable at all, just let me know by liking, commenting, and subscribing, so that way I know you want to see more videos like this. The next one we have here is Sonesta.labs.com. So I can see here Sonesta.labs.com. It's kind of just a random name, which is okay. Most dropshippers and people that start new stores do that, and it's not really a problem. I would just say with digital dropshipping, you can have an advantage by adding kind of a character to your brand name. So if this here is, I can see Little Learners, Ultimate Mega Bundle for teachers and kids. So what you can do is like Learning with Lisa, something like that. It doesn't have to be your exact name or anybody for that matter, but it adds a little bit of personality and character, and you can also add that to your Facebook page name for when you're running ads, and it makes it just a little bit more realistic, I guess, versus Sonesta Labs. But let's take a look at the offer. This one is more built just like a store. This is the homepage here. This is definitely a popular theme. Let's check this out here. Claim offer, buy it now. One thing that I would probably get clear on is who the product is actually for. I can see this is the Ultimate Mega Bundle for teachers and kids, which are two very different demographics, right? Obviously, you're not selling this directly to a kid, but maybe you're selling this directly to a teacher for them to use for their students. So that's something that I would want to clarify if I was selling this myself. And also here, you're using two buzzwords, Ultimate and Mega, to describe the bundle. In most cases, you want to use one buzzword and who that product is for. And I see the $19 price point seems to be pretty popular so far in the examples we've looked at. But honestly, $27 is probably like the lowest I would go selling a digital product right now, just because it's a popular price point. And one thing I do is I don't like to show the cents. So instead of selling something for $19.99, I would just do 19 flat and have it not show the decimal and the rest, just because subconsciously for a potential customer, it will feel like less. And here on the left, I can see this is principal worksheets, planners, coloring pages, and learning activities. So I would definitely angle this towards probably teachers and parents. It's probably the most ideal scenario. And it's just digital resources. So I see here the Ultimate Principal Resource Vault for busy teachers and parents. That's definitely more like it. Describes here what our customers are saying. You have the comparisons here, which is good. The only thing that I would say is kind of missing here at this point is what's actually included. I know that 10,000 is a ton of downloads and a ton of different resources, but I would try to organize here, even above the reviews, what actually is included, just in categories. Kind of like how you may have seen on other stores where you can scroll and then a number will appear and it'll say like, oh, 2,000 worksheets or 2,000 coloring pages. And if you just had 3 of those in a row there, it would look super clean and just help someone better understand what's actually included when they purchase this. Because when you have so many resources, 10,000 plus, and it's only $19.99, people are kind of automatically like, sounds too good to be true. Like, what actually is this product? Now, the third one here is mybrighterminds.com. Let's see what we have here. Raising the next generation of capable humans. So it seems like it's another one for kids. And the logo immediately is one thing that I'm noticing that I would change. When you're putting a logo on a store, typically the best thing you can do is just use a text logo, to be honest. Because even if you have just this image right here of the kid on top of the books and you make it bigger, it's not going to be very visible and easy to understand what it is. Even if you just have the text of My Brighter Minds, it's bigger here. I would angle it on the left, have the menu in the center. That's pretty classic, and we know it works because it's been there for years. And then you could use the actual icon on things like the product images, the product mock-ups, and that just simplifies this. So let's scroll down and see what else. So this is more of a niche store. It's a lot of different products on here, a lot of text to digest. And right here, kind of our story, kids' life skills. Oh, this is exactly what I was talking about for the last product page. A section like that. There's 3 here in the row, and they load whenever you scroll down to them. So that's what I was talking about. But let's check this out. We have kids' life skills. Okay. A lot of stuff going on here. Very distracting. Planner, too cheap, $12.95. Our story, earn store coins. So what happens is when you have so many different navigation pages, it only takes seeing one wrong sentence or one wrong page to turn someone away to not go and actually purchase something. So when you have all these different options, every option that someone could click on is an opportunity for someone to either build more rapport with you and trust, or to be like, I don't like this and I'm clicking off. So what I would do is remove this planner section, put everything here in just like a products, and then have the categories like this. Like you can have digital planners and the kids' life skills and then the bundles. So if I have the bundle right here, what I would probably do is also combine that into the skills. So when someone clicks on the kids' life skills, they can see the bundle. Another thing too is I don't like to put every single product on sale because it just automatically shows that it's artificial. All the prices here on this top row are the same here on the bottom, and they all have the same compare at price. So you typically don't want to put everything on sale because consumers are smart. They can look at this and they'll know, oh, that's not a real discount. But let's check out a product page here. We have basic cooking skills. There's a little bit of a disconnect here. You say trusted by thousands of parents, but on here it says trusted by 650 parents. So, you know, there's two different stories here. And that's the type of thing I'm talking about, where people could see that and be like, this is a little bit weird. Next thing I would do is remove the quantity selector, because these are digital products and typically people are buying just one copy of each one, and it just kind of becomes a distraction ultimately. And here we have don't miss this exclusive deal, and you have these add-ons right here. What I would maybe do is try to just put the bundle here as the add-on instead of multiple different products, because the bundle has everything here. And I would assume a parent that's looking through this is going to look at all the options. They're going to browse them and see which one might be best for their kid. But if you have the bundle and it's a good value here, maybe it's like $50 for everything, sweet, let's do that. Preview the first chapter, very nice. I like the style, looks easy to read for a kid. I think having those chapters and the previews here are definitely very helpful, but I would reduce the number of product images you have on here just to like one row. It'll be a lot easier for a parent to see and understand what it is, just because there's so many here. If they really want to see what's in it, they can look at the first chapter and get a good idea. But ultimately, parents will spend money on their kids if they think it's something that will help them and benefit them, especially long term. So I like it. Let's go to the next one, which is brain-blueprint.com. Okay, you can see here, this banner at the top, I would definitely remove this. It's not needed. It's a distraction. Mental Fitness Mastery. There's a little bit of a disconnect. You have Mental Fitness Mastery, but the domain is brain-blueprint.com. Who we are, catalog, reach out. People don't like to call it catalog these days. You just have your products. I see here all of the images are the same, like the product covers. I know they're different tiers just by reading tier 1, 2, and 3, but people reading this ultimately are probably going to come here. You want to start with just one offer. If you can have one good product that people will buy, then that's the one that you want to focus on, because the only time tiers really work is if there is a clear difference in the value someone gets in each tier. If I said, oh, tier 1 is an ebook, tier 2 is a video course, and tier 3 is a coaching program, now there are very, very clear reasons on why someone would pay more for each tier. But in this case, where they're pretty much just the same, like an ebook cover like this, people aren't going to care about the actual tiers. So what I would do is just make one strong offer, trying to understand what this even is. I mean, ultimately, this is just a very beginner, basic style store for a digital dropshipping store. I wouldn't run this personally. Like, I wouldn't market this myself. I don't think it would convert the way it is at this moment unless you just had a huge audience. It's a numbers game. Someone would buy. But starting off with a small scale, no audience or any ads, yeah, there's no way. Just being completely transparent. Also, this definitely needs to be removed. Guys, if you've been trying to build your own digital dropshipping stores and you have trouble building the actual store itself, I literally have a plug and play template that you can have for your own digital dropshipping store. I give them to people inside of my digital dropshipping challenges. If you're interested in learning about that and what that is, then just message me the word YouTube on Instagram at Tanner with 2 R's, and I'll be able to send you the details. The next one here is Parenthood Pros. I don't know what the kick is here of people selling products to parents and teachers, but for whatever reason, these examples that I was sent, a lot of them were like this. I don't know who told you guys to do that. I don't think it was me. But let's take a look at this one right here. Parenthood Pros. Okay. Immediately, the one thing that I'm thinking of is just way too much copy here, all for one product description. Like, the purpose of this landing page is to break apart what used to be like a normal product description. To me, it looks like you kind of just put information in ChatGPT. It fed you a long description. You put it here. But you can see how there's a disconnect, right? Because the description is so long and there's no images here on the left. So it's just way too much space. So what I would do is shorten this whole part up here, this entire part of the description, into just simple bullets. I like to call them brief bullet points, where you basically just say what the value proposition is. This will help you lose 10 pounds in 1 week just by eating animal-based foods. And then you outline how it's a digital product. You'll get instant access, what the actual deliverables are that are included, who this is for, and then the call to action, because this is just like the main product page that someone will see. And the rest of the information you would break up here into these other sections. So what happens when I see this immediately is I think this is for people who are already parents, but it looks like this product is for people who are going to be parents in the future. So that's really what you want to make as clear as possible. Like, here's where I figured that out. And yeah, I mean, realistically, you could sell a simple ebook like this, but when I look at this page, a little bit of it is messy and I just don't understand exactly what this product does. And last but not least, we have Timetick.online. Let's check it out. Time tactics. Okay, I get it now. Digital products for time management, productivity, and discipline. I would probably remove the top banner. It's not really needed in this case. Somehow you've added a second header section where you can definitely remove this because it's just a distraction at this point. And what I have here, this kind of banner section, regain control of your time, focus, and discipline. I would make this more actionable. It's kind of like, I'll help you lose weight versus I'll help you lose 8 pounds in 30 days. Now that value proposition has an actual direct outcome, and that's what helps someone have perceived value of a digital product that would make them want to actually buy it. So this is the time management toolkit for the distracted mind. So with digital products, you have to create perceived value with mock-ups, with GIFs actually showing the product being used, and demos or examples. In this case, it's just text on an image, so I don't really know exactly what this is at the moment. Essential time management tools. So here you have a GIF kind of showing it being opened, but I can see that this is made with Gamma AI, which they can make some pretty cool PDFs, but you want to make sure that's created in the vertical format, not horizontal, because this just makes it look like a Google slideshow, and kind of like how you can see in this GIF, it is too far apart, it's too wide, it crops off the ends. And if you're struggling on knowing how to make perceived value, what you can do is just go on Etsy and you can Google a similar type of product. It doesn't have to be exact, of course. You can just look up like time management and you'll see digital products, and just look at the listings that have the most reviews. You can see which ones have the most sales, the most reviews, and look at their cover images, their product images. You don't need to make it exactly like that, but that will give you a good idea on how they're building perceived value and able to get clicks and more sales than other listings that are on Etsy. Because now you're bringing over a proven mock-up for your product, but it's on your own website. So you don't even have to stand out from a ton of other products on your store. You just have to have an offer that's good, that people will buy. And as you guys know with digital products, you have to solve a specific problem for a specific group of people. And when you have something that works, you only need to be right one time. If you're selling something for easy math for $100, you need to make 10 sales to make 1,000. You need to make 100 sales to make $10,000. And if you did $10,000 in sales, you wouldn't have any cost of goods or recurring product costs. So put more emphasis on making a good product, and ultimately you'll make more sales. A lot of people don't talk about this. They only talk about the marketing, but I would say if you really want to make sales and make profit, the product is more important than the actual landing page and store itself. This video went a little bit longer than I expected, but I hope it provided you some type of value, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to leave a big like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.